right, welcome back to Three of the Best. This week we're talking about Arsenal's most recent draw against Sunderland, Manchester United playing Spurs, and a smattering of other different topics. Honestly, I'll start this week just to say I'm bummed, but also I do like Sunderland as a team, saw it as difficult, and you know what? Like old Arsenal might have lost this game, right? So I don't know. We'll take the point. It's too bad that Liverpool got rolled by City because you would have just preferred that as a draw as an outcome. But it is what it is. Caleb?
Yeah, we played Spurs this weekend. Um, I'm, have you guys ever had results where, like, how everyone says, even if it's a draw, especially like, oh, we should have won that, blah blah blah. Like everyone says that.
Sure.
I obviously like a point is a point, especially against a Big Six team. I'm I'm happy we took something away, but I like my immediate reaction right after the final whistle was like anger. Was pure anger because there were so many things that we did poor, like we had the game under control, and and then we made our substitutions, and then after that it just immediately fell apart. Like I don't know. I understand, like, from a squad building standpoint, you want to fix your 11, your starting 11, and then you go to the bench, and then you build depth, which we've started doing, like which we've done, like in the attack. We're gonna try and get a midfielder either in the winter window, probably not, like maybe the rumors, and then but we're definitely doing that in the summer, and then getting wingbacks as well. But it was just like, but you want to raise the floor. When we made our subs, it was so apparent the levels, like the levels between the first team and then the subs, and it was just it kind of fell apart almost like
Yeah,
immediately.
look, I think we've had that problem before at Arsenal, right? And I think Raf can tell you, like, it's very clear when Pablo Mari was coming on for Gabriel that we had a floor issue. And I think now when you see like Eze coming on from the bench, you're thrilled about it. I think that's the new model of football. You have to get deep. But what's weird is that I feel like United has a lot of youth to them, and it's odd that they're not like try and train up the youngsters and like make them suitable off the bench, right? Like Aiden Heaven could work, or Obi, of course, the Arsenal guys. Um, but I don't know. Like
Oh,
it seems like they're struggling to use their youth because Arsenal, I feel like, had to do that at certain points.
yeah, I think the problem is that it's easier to bring in youth players when this house and the foundation is settled. The reason why, for like, this is like one like cool stat, like fun facts. So like for United, since I like obviously, like, it's like just one of those stupid stats, but it's like we've had a academy player in the squad since like World War II or something. It's a crazy long time. But like the
Right.
thing is, though, about that is, think about the teams that they've been coming into. Like, they came into Matt Busby teams and then Sir Alex teams, where the teams are settled, there's quality everywhere, meaning that you can plug and play whoever the hell you want when you want, and then the drop off isn't too bad. Right now, our foundation isn't settled. It's like you're building, we're trying to build a house,
Mhm.
and we don't have a settled foundation. So if we're trying to put in a whole new wing, and we're trying to put a whole new wing, i.e., being these youth players, and move them into this weird, like, ever changing structure that we're building.
Right.
It then becomes a bit rough, and that's why, like, I think that he's been kind of picking and choosing. Like, he's figured out what the players that I think he wants. We're going to see a lot of movement this summer from United Center in terms of moving players out, getting players out the door legitimately. But I think once after this summer, we need to address the midfield. The defense is fine, and then we need a wing back. That's pretty much it. So once we get those addressed, I could see next season a lot more of the youth players coming through. Him not sending too many people on loan because he wants to, start massaging them into the squad a little bit. Hopefully we finish in what are the coefficients looking like right now when we have 5 spots?
I think it's four for the Champions League. It's four.
Is it 4 this year?
For
Okay.
what I'm seeing, yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I agree with your point with the youngsters. I think if you bring them into an unstable situation, it hurts both the team and their own development because you're putting a lot of pressure on an inexperienced player. So they're going to get flack from the fans. They're not going to be able to be as confident and grow. I think it's only like in a very rare, like if you're like a Lamine Yamal, for example, where you're like a once in a generation talent, then you can, probably, come up and help the team. But if not, you're just putting a whole lot of pressure on these players. And yeah, I think what we've seen from the top teams, they've been able to take someone like Pep. He's been able to integrate those young players into a stable team with veterans that with the Rodri is there to help them, or the Bruno is here to kind of guide them into the system. Um, but I'm curious about someone who isn't, I mean, who is from your academy, Mainu. What's the situation? Why is Amarim not using him? I mean, he was super important under Ten Hag. Um, he's still like a really good player. Why is he not being used?
So here's what they cited. Whether or not I believe this is true or remains to be seen, but basically what they were saying was because you know how initially we've been playing a three-man midfield. So like we were playing like a four we play like a three-man, or like we'll have someone kind of drop down and you'll be able to play with the triangle, play with some version of a triangle. In this variation of in this formation, the triangle doesn't come from Bruno being in the 10, how he normally was, and he would drop down.
Yeah,
It comes from the center back. So like the thing with Manu though is amazing player. I think he like in terms of like the people who we have brought through the academy, i.e. like the Garnachos and all of that and everything. Like I liked Manu the best because he in terms of his play style, calm on the ball, like his ability to you could see like the like kind of like the futsal skills, like playing in the cages, the ability to move around in tight spaces. Like I love that about him. I the thing that they cited though, which I'm like, this sounds a bit sus, was it's not like his fitness levels. His fitness levels are good. It's just he's not fast. And he's not very fast and he can't like his endurance because of how we only have now 2 men in the midfield to you can and they have to cover in this formation they have to cover vertical because then the wingbacks have to push
yeah.
vertically as well to get the wide areas. So they have to
Mhm.
cover the entire space between the back line and then Mbumo and Cunha. So his problem is basically that they like he doesn't have the legs for it, which to me I'm like that sounds insane. I'm like a player with that much potential, seeing kind of you've seen the moments he's had, his ability to be able to kind of we bring him off the bench and he's able to kind of create a moment of magic, pull something out. Like even like I know we lost the Europa League, but did you all see the second leg of that match? Like he's the one who started that out and brought us back to kind of put some life and energy into the team at the end of the game. That was his goal. So he has the ability to do that. He's done that. Did that year under Ten Hag, I think 2 years ago. But he scored a winner against Wolves. Like he has that in him. I just don't. I just my main thing that I'm afraid of is I don't want to. I'm hoping that they have some type of plan to keep him in the squad. Because right now they're talking. I don't know if you guys have heard. They're talking about like he's mad. He's mad. He's he just wants to know. He's like I want to play, especially because World Cup year coming
The
up.
World Cup, yeah.
Like he was in the squad. He came in and he was in the squad last time. Like and so he's trying to show out, especially with the new manager. So I think like there's like rumors of in the winter transfer window he's going to go on loan. Where I don't know, but like for me, I'd be pissed if we sold him. I don't want to sell him. If I'm fine with him going on loan if we bring in a midfield option. That's why I think the reason why they're kind of in this weird in between time with him, trying to be like, okay, well, we're not going to play you, but we might need you, so we're just going to keep you here, which is kind of why I think they're operating in this way. But I pray to God we don't sell him because I think he's the future man. Like we've already gotten rid of the other two that we thought were gonna be that we thought were gonna be the one. But I think like he's special. And also remember he's Manchester born and bred. And like that's something that's like that we haven't, at least recently, we haven't had that many. What, it was literally him and what, Marcus? Like that was it. And so I'm happy. I want us to keep him personally.
I mean, I'm thinking about Arsenal's youth now, and just sort of like what I was saying earlier. You're right in terms of like it's. I feel like it's better for our youngsters' development because they get to come up in a system that's like known. They don't have as much responsibility, so they could still grow and be like young. But at the same time, if you think about Saka, like he came up when the team was also developing, and I think that's why he's so pivotal to it. Yes, he's such a huge, like his skill and his talent are incredible, but at the same time, I feel like there's a better balance because we're not seeing that much of our youth, like youth and young players. Like Lewis Skelly's playing behind Calafiori. Calafiori is amazing. Guarneri's getting off the bench or starting in the cup games, but it's almost like there has to be a better balance because people are riding Arteta for not playing them. Like there's still depth, but you don't want to risk losing players or like losing people like young people who like start spreading rumors. Like the biggest thing I feel like Arsenal has is that their locker room is so tight, and so dressing room. Sorry, I was just watching NFL highlights beforehand. Um, but yeah, no, I don't know. I think. I I do get what you mean about Menu. I like him. I like the way he moves. He can turn sort of electric, but I think that he needs to go either abroad or be sold. Go to Italy. Like do a thing where he goes away and maybe Man United have a buyback clause or something. But like he needs to get out a little bit, I think. Like because when you do think of Rashford, he did do well, but then he sort of pivoted out like and all of a sudden it's just the pressure and the pressure. And he's still too young for that. Man United specifically puts a lot of pressure on young people. I feel like Arsenal's guilty of the same thing. I mean, like I think the Prem is very youth obsessed, but I don't know. I mean, also there are great youth stories and academy stories all over the place. I was just Dan Ballard scored the first goal in the Arsenal game,
Yeah.
and he
Yeah,
was I remember watching him when he was an academy player because he was for like 12 years. Uh, so yeah, people come in and out. As is a great story too. I think Menu might have to go. I don't think he goes somewhere else in the Prem, but I think he should get out,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah. And also like the thing with him that really sucks is the person who he would replace, who his competition is Bruno.
Mm.
And how do you compete with a player that never rests and never gets injured? Like it's rough. It's like he's kind of like in the worst possible situation that like we have injuries all over the other section of the squad. Even last year, we had injuries everywhere except for Bruno. He was like the
But
one person who never gets injured. So it's
How
like
old is Bruno?
what? How old is he?
Yeah,
30.
how old is he?
Like 30. He's like 31.
Raf, I was
31.
thinking the
Okay.
same thing. First of all, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he's not. I'm pretty sure he's older than that. I'm pretty sure he's like 30, 32, maybe.
31.
Is he
31.
really? Wow.
Yeah. Like so like
Yeah, 31.
there is that like people have
Oh,
been
like he's
kind of
turning 30.
like how like there's a question, there's a scenario though, which I'm sure they played out in their heads where hypothetically, let's say this upcoming summer, Bruno goes to Saudi, and then we get the money from that, then it's wide open for him. Like it's just whether or not obviously that happens. That the offer came across the table this summer, and then Bruno said, "No, I still can compete. Like I'm not ready to stop yet." So they turned that down.
I don't,
He turned down the offer. Bruno did.
but what I don't get about that, the Saudi thing, is like, why? Why do they offer any money for him? Like, Man United would sell him for anything for the wages at a certain point with his age. Like, I don't get the whole Saudi thing where they're spending big money on the transfer fee too.
What do you mean? They have that's what they have to do. No one wants to
No,
willingly go to Saudi. You have to pay the club, and then they're gonna have to play the player because the player has to say yes for the transfer.
no, I know, but I mean, like, I feel like, and I know Bruno's he's great, and I'm sort of half joking, but I'm just sort of thinking like people are like, yeah, we're gonna make that money from the Saudis. Like, if the Saudis offered 20 million pounds, you take it. Like that's what I feel like. Like, why would they offer 70 million? What are the like numbers? What was the number last year?
The number last year. Here, let me see. Because I got so
Raph, am I crazy about this?
So basically, you're saying Bruno is shit.
No,
yeah.
but it's like I mean, how
Well,
much
he's
did
like one of the most productive
Yeah,
players in the Prem.
I'm not saying he should. How much did Napoli pay for Kevin De Bruyne?
I don't recall.
All right,
Okay,
But
that's
so
I feel yes,
they say they're
you
gonna
found it.
do a hundred million
yeah. Oh, come on.
Yes,
from ESPN in June of this year. I swear to God. Say
Oh,
Bruno's one of the most productive players in Europe
uh,
from the midfield. From the midfield, yes, he is.
I mean, I think it's obviously like
free. Okay, it was free.
A
That's
Saudi
what I thought.
tax. Is what is free.
No, De Bruyne was free.
De
Oh,
Bruyne
it's
was
free.
free.
His
De Bruyne
contract was up. Right,
was a free
right.
transfer.
But my point in saying that is, if you're not like I'm sure this is probably I'm gonna be like I'm gonna watch this back and go, that was a dumb opinion. I don't know why I said that, but I do feel like it's odd that the Saudis like they just I know they have infinite money. I get it. And I'm not saying like, oh, they should be more frugal, which I mean actually I kind of am. But like, why are you spending 100 million on Bruno? Spend it
Bruno's
on a young player who's
It's Saudi. It's Saudi. They're not
Yeah,
like it's Saudi. They're just trying to create a little
no,
bit.
no, I'm not an idiot. I know. I understand what Saudi do, but I'm just saying, like, when I hear, oh, Saudi's coming in for 100 million for Bruno.
Bruno's bro.
I just think
Bruno's
that
one of the most productive
Is he a
amount.
midfielders in the
household
past like
name? Is
5 years.
he's a household name? Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
Bruno's
I
that
feel like
guy.
he like most European clubs, maybe not most, but like maybe like a bit under like the Real Madrid whatever tier. Like most clubs could use a Bruno. Like
Use a Bruno.
They could
even
use him 100%. It's this transfer price that I'm
yeah, but it's
particularly
Saudi.
upset
Like
about.
It's Saudi. That's what they do.
there's no way to reason with the amounts that they're spending.
No,
Like
I know, but you know, like, I just think it's so funny. Like, it's literally like just so illogical to spend. It's or on any.
They're not trying to be logical, Ben. They're trying to
yeah,
build
there's
up.
no
They're
logic to
just trying to
this.
put eyes on
No,
the
I
league. They're
understand. I
trying to
just
put eyes on the league. So they're just like, we're gonna buy. We're gonna just
no,
money around.
I completely understand. I'm not saying like, oh wow, I'm not new to the concept of Saudi Arabia as a buying of players. It's great, except they've never bought the Arsenal players.
Listen, I've forgot about even trying to understand how much they're spending, or I just know
Fair
that
enough.
they have
You're
money
right. I think it just
they're gonna spend.
you know what? I'm not I just it caught me by such surprise and I just thought it was hilarious that like Saudi Arabia for 100 million euros is gonna pay that amount. And then you're right, Saudi, but still.
It's Saudi. They
Yeah,
just because also remember it's also like state money. So they're just sitting.
Nope, 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 nope.
State
Censored.
money.
No way. No. Caleb, you're live. We don't do that here.
I feel like Bruno from like an ego standpoint just wouldn't go to Saudi. I feel like he just still wants to be a part of the menu upward trajectory. I do think he still has like, at least 2 years in him that they can play at a high level. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but um, I don't think that Bruno and it should be either Bruno or Kobe. I feel like Kobe and Bruno could coexist playing together.
Maybe. By the way, can I just not to continue to like I'm just thinking about just Kobe like if Bruno leaves, there's still no cover for Mainu. Like
Yeah.
it's you need three.
Yeah, the goal was always to this. That's what the focus is going to be in the winter and summer transfer windows. It's
Yeah.
like they took a weird like I wouldn't have done this, but I understand the reason why. But in terms of squad building, they're doing it like instead of going attack, midfield, defense, 1-1-1, they did let's get the attack done, three. They're gonna go and get the midfield done. They're thinking of doing something in the winter. I don't believe it, but they're definitely gonna do something in summer. Get the midfield done, and we don't need any. We might maybe get one more center back if Maguire leaves because I think he's on a contract year, and we might get one center back and then maybe a left wing back. So it'll be a midfielder, left wing back, center back, three signings.
Does that mean
Yeah.
that Dalot leaves, or are you
Yeah.
keeping him?
I'm probably gonna
Yeah,
let him leave because especially after the stinkers he's had this season, bro.
yeah.
My God, like when you watch those videos of like it's kind of like when you're it's kind of like when you like have you ever watched those like basketball videos where it's like, oh, they'll like they put in like the retired, they're like the vet, they put him in and it's like a farewell season and they're like everyone's like passing him the ball.
Yeah,
That's kind of how he's playing, except he's not good.
and he's like not even that old.
He's
No.
he's like young. He's a
He's like
young
20,
guy.
he's like
Yeah,
27.
yeah. Like in his prime, his
Yeah,
prime years.
he's doing that. He's playing like as
Yeah,
a like bro, like the past few matches where they've had him out on right wing when it's not Ahmad. Not Ahmad.
Nuts. Yeah.
Bro, nuts. I'm like, oh my God, he's getting rinsed.
it's a scary sight.
It's a scary
Scary
sight.
sight.
Like it's like when you I don't know like what players do you guys have on you well you guys' squads are like pretty good, all really good and
Yeah,
like
I was just about to say
well
none.
constructed because I'm like you guys don't have anyone where you're like
There's no fat on
you
our
see him
there's
on
no
the
fat on our
touchline.
squads,
You
bro.
see him on the
Yeah,
touchline, you know, he's like pulling his socks up. He's like getting rolled out. They're just spraying the, you know, the assistant coach comes in, brings the iPad to him, and you're like looking at. He's like, I get it, and I'm like, oh Lord, man, I'm like, I can't
and he
believe
does not get it at all.
he does not get
Yeah,
it, bro. You know, he's like the like literally like I've seen moments where like the assistant manager, he's like going through, he's like, I want you, and then you see him just like eyes like glazed over. Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, man, I'm like, then we get bombed down the right side. He just gets burnt. It's yeah. He needs to go.
I wanted to talk also about the City Liverpool match from yesterday. Um,
Yeah.
had a
Yeah.
great time watching it for a few reasons. Just want to get your thoughts. Is City back? Is Pep back? What do you guys think?
I think Liverpool just they didn't perform. They were away. I mean, City at the Etihad, no matter who they're playing, are very dangerous. Holland, I mean, I don't know if he's obviously a machine. Doku played great. He can be streaky though, but he's coming into his own. Is City back? Yeah. I mean, they're the threat. If Liverpool are going to lose by 3, then yeah, they're the real deal. But I also think that Liverpool are weaker. They had a goal chalked off, which I don't know if it really should have been, to be honest with you. And yeah, I don't know. Caleb, what do you think?
Yeah, like I feel like the thing with City is we kind of talked about this. Remember we talked about this like when we really first started potting was like their entire like they're never gonna be dead. They're never gonna be dead in the water. If something's wrong, they're gonna, you know, go to the model, look at it, and blow it up if they have to and put it back together. So there's with the like there is no possible way that especially after last year's performance where they went trophyless, like it was not like that's way below their standards. So went back to the drawing board, obviously threw some money into the market, and eventually it's kind of like a kind of, you know, like a Chelsea situation under Abramovich. Like eventually somehow it's gonna get to genius. It's gonna figure itself out. And that's kind of what we see. And I think they were just kind of tweaking a bit too much because you know how Pep is obviously amazing manager. Like don't get twisted, probably best manager ever. But like the thing is like he, you know, he's always trying to be innovative. But sometimes you don't have to be innovative. Sometimes you just gotta go back to basics and put the ball in the back of the net. And I think that's what they're kind of figuring out is obviously we can do some stuff. Like we can invert everybody. But like we just gotta play our game. That's what they did, and they got a result. And that's what matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, agreed. I feel like they did kind of the opposite of Liverpool in that Liverpool over this past window just bought a bunch of players and tried to all make it work. And obviously, as we saw, it's not. I mean, at least for now, it's not really working. I feel like he's been very good at just taking players and kind of eating them into the system, not having it all be all at once. And we're seeing players like, you know, Nico Gonzalez started to play better. Um, Even though he didn't play today, but Reinders, you have Shirky, and it's kind of like everyone fitting into the system, but not all at once. And yeah, Doku, he's streaky, but when he's on his day, he's so explosive. I saw a tweet someone saying that he's the Messi of Adama Traore, which I don't know if it's insult to him, but yeah, he's amazing. So and obviously Holland. I mean, Holland was never like actually gone. Even like last year, I think he had what 30 goals, and it was like
Yeah.
a bad year for him.
Gonna,
So
gonna down you a
yeah,
third. Oh my God, I wish.
yeah. So and their keeper Donnarumma. every day I watch PSG, I miss him more and more. So yeah, they're gonna be a team to reckon with for sure.
Yeah. I mean, look, I guess it's going to just come down to some key games. Like, I
Mhm.
honestly, and I know this is going to sound crazy and kind of like wishful thinking, but Sunderland could take a point off of anyone this season, right?
Yeah,
And I think that there are a lot of teams that could take. Brentford is what, like 4 point, like 4 or 5 points away from to the top four, something ridiculous,
yeah,
right?
four.
Like
Oh, bro, they're three right now. They're 3 points away from being in top four.
3 points. Sorry,
So, even
I
crazy,
overshot it. Even
even
They're
crazy.
crazy.
12th. So
Right.
yeah,
So like think
it's
about
super
how
tight.
tight of a
Yeah.
league it is right now. And look, there's so much more time. Who knows, right? But like there's a lot that could go wrong here. Although, the thing is there is a bit of like order maybe being restored, or just we're seeing some blips for certain teams. Bournemouth losing to Villa was, it's impactful. Anytime you're near the top of the table and you lose, it's impactful. And I mean, you could see the return of Villa, right? If Villa comes in, they could be really dangerous depending on their schedule, injuries, and everything else. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm just glad we're still at the top.
I mean, this is why the Prem to me is the best league
Yeah.
because of just how many teams are tricky. No fixture is just a given. You have to be on your A game for all of them. I don't know about Wolves and West Ham, but I mean, who knows? I mean, even them, they could, on their day, either win or tie. Um, but yeah, I mean, speaking of West Ham and Wolves, and I mean, Wolves is they're currently on zero wins, two draws, nine losses, 2 points.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, they fired Vitor Pereira, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
He's gone. And then I
Yeah,
think they just hired Rob Edwards, maybe.
looking at the
I think that's what they just did.
he
yeah,
did
yeah,
they?
yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Wait, he
Yeah.
was the manager of Luton.
Luton, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
I think it
yeah.
was Middlesbrough.
Got it, got it. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah. Which is, I never understood, and this is going to sound weird, maybe, or at least maybe my confidence is just shook from the Saudi Arabia thing. But I never understood, okay, we fired our manager. Let's hire a manager from a lower league who also hasn't won in the Prem. Like that, and that happens. And I get that happens, but like that's why I thought when Bournemouth sacked whoever they sacked and they went and got Iriola, it was smart because they said he's still a top league manager for Rayo Vallecano, right? And so I don't see the logic there. It might be like Wolves are maybe saying, do we have a chance really to get out of this? Do we bet on it? Or are we already so screwed with only 2 points in the first, like whatever, like 10 plus matches? Are we getting him in order to be promotion bound next year? Is
Maybe,
it
yeah,
too early?
maybe. I'd imagine they just want someone that already knows English football, is what I'm guessing. Whereas maybe like a manager from a different league could be harder to adjust. Um, yeah, as you mentioned, he was able to go up with Luton. So, but yeah, no, I agree. It's yeah, it's a bit odd.
It just, is it the winning way? Maybe it is. I mean, look, if they got Big Sam, I'd be like, yeah, they've got a shout, right? Or like, but
Of course.
who knows? Honestly, the league's coming back to that. I saw something like Big Sam would just absolutely dominate today with the long balls and the long throws and
Long
just
throw-ins, yeah.
complete chaos.
Chaos ball.
Yeah,
We love it. We
yeah.
love it.
But we'll see. I don't know, Raph, what's been going on in France? You're kind of
France
a French
yesterday.
correspondent. Caleb and I, not, I wouldn't say, I don't want to speak for Caleb, although I will, refuse to watch it. So,
Listen, man, there's some good matches. Yesterday there was Lyon PSG. We beat them 3-2 with a 90 like fifth minute goal from Jean Neves,
it was
who's
a
by the
red card
way,
though, right?
yeah, at the very end, but that was yeah, I think right before the goal. By the way, John, I think he's our top scorer this season so far. Um, with like 8 goals in like 6 matches or something like that.
John
Um,
Neves?
yeah, he's super clutch.
That's crazy.
And headers too. He's like 5'6", scoring headers. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
no, he
Yeah,
should.
but yeah, our keeper. I was talking about our keeper Chevalier. He's he's still like not looking really good. It's like he either won't come up like say he's like a one-on-one, he'll just stay in the back, he won't move. He got lobbed yesterday, just didn't really move. He seems like he's like not confident. The fans are also getting on him as well, so not ideal. And then just defensively, the only guy I really trust is William Pacho. Like Zabarni, who surprisingly he was playing really well for Bournemouth. He hasn't been able to really fit in as well. I mean, he had the horrible game against Leverkusen where he had like two handballs in like 2 minutes, like in 5 minutes, and red
Yeah.
card. He almost had a handball yesterday. I think it wasn't handball, but the ref was on our side, I guess. Um, but yeah, and then if we're not scoring, because I mean we have no Dembele who's out for a few weeks, no Hakimi, no Mendes, no Due, so
Right.
it's no Bakura as well. So it's looking a bit rough. Um, at least the injuries are now and not later down the line. But yeah, it's looking a bit rough. So we need the subs to step up. Um, Egan Lee has been playing very well. So we'll see. And then now with the whole Hakimi thing and AFCON, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm hoping they're all able to get back up to form in the next couple of months because we'll need it for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it can always be worse. But
I,
also,
I guess.
I'm kidding. Hakimi got an injury that I feel like I've been watching football for a while. I've been pretty tuned in and whatever. I've never heard of this injury in my life.
What is it?
It's syndesmosis rupture.
There's been a lot
Syndesmosis.
of weird ones, man. There's been a lot of like him. There's even Carvajal had a weird injury. It was not what it was, but it was also some obscure injury as well that I didn't know you could even have.
I mean, I think I'm
Yeah.
just making it up at a certain point.
They
Um.
said it's he's out for 6 weeks, a severely strained left ankle. So it might be like a ligament in
No,
his.
it's a ligament connecting the tibia and fibula, I believe,
So is his.
as a doctor.
So is
Yeah.
it?
You know.
So he
But
hurt his
apparently,
leg.
apparently he won't be. Well, he'll miss all of the group stages for AFCON, and he would only be able to play starting the round of 16 if they make it, which really sucks for him. I mean, they're playing like in his country. He's the captain. He's the best player. So yeah, it's tough for them.
He's out.
I mean, at least yeah, he's out of the competition at least until until
Yes.
they exit the group stages.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah, it
I
sucks.
mean,
and
that
we have no. I mean, for PSG, we have no right back. We were playing Warren as a right back. So
What?
yeah, we have no right back replacement.
I was
that's
actually
Yeah,
just about to ask that. I was looking at your squad. I was like,
yeah. They're playing Warren. I mean, he's been all right as a right back, but obviously he's a midfielder. Like when Real Madrid
and he's
plays
a tiny
replace
guy.
Camavinga as your right back
yeah,
for Valverde. And on the left side, you have Lucas Hernandez, who's normally a center back, but he's playing as left back. And obviously, him and Nuno is it's like a world difference in
different.
terms of like being able to attack and dribble and all that. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping to make a big splash in the winter, like a Vara effect
Who
transfer
would you
that like
get?
goes crazy. I don't know. I really don't know. I saw Liverpool wants to buy Bastoni in the in the winter.
In the
Good,
winter,
good
Yeah,
luck.
good luck. I
yeah.
swear to God, I would love to see that call when they call Inter's team to try and inquire. They're like, so
Yeah, I'm seeing
I
like
Oh, I
heard
mean,
95
that's
million,
100
like
million. No,
100
yeah,
million.
yeah,
100
yeah,
It's
plus,
a
yeah,
100
hundred
plus.
million
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
minimum.
Another.
Minimum in the
Yeah,
winter.
another 100 million pounds minimum.
Minimum.
Yeah,
If they I think it will be if they want to pry him away, it will be 100 in the summer, and then they'll try and do if they do it in the winter, they're gonna break their arm off.
yeah. From
Like
his perspective, I don't see like he's top of the league. Are they top of the league, Inter? Or yeah, I don't even
Uh,
know.
Something like that. Well, honestly, he should call Sandro Tonali and go, so how's it like being in the north of England?
Yeah, yeah. Going from Milan to Merseyside isn't exactly the
Like,
that's rough, yeah.
literally, what?
Yeah, they're tied for the top of the league with Roma.
okay. Yeah, I mean, he just went to the final of the Champions League with them, the top of the league to go to Liverpool. That's what like eighth right now, or I don't know where
It's
they're
just,
at.
it's also like, what do you, well, look, we can all say, if he was going to Arsenal, I'd be like, what do you mean? Why wouldn't he leave? Like,
Why wouldn't you want to come to gloomy
Well,
Manchester?
London's actually way better. But yeah, if it was
Yeah,
Manchester, I'd be like, it's the
I feel
same.
I feel like, ah.
Yeah, but look, I mean, that's crazy. I think Liverpool are they'd be much smarter to just go for like a mid-tier signing to hold them over and then see what they could do in the summer.
I think they will have to spend. I mean, I guess it depends on if Leone ends up like coming back good and if he's quality or not. But I mean, Van Dijk isn't getting any younger, and I don't know about these Konate to Madrid rumors. I mean, I heard that apparently they want or they're close to getting Upamecano. So
I saw that too.
um so I don't know if I mean they'll probably I guess stay with him and house him, but um yeah, I guess if Konate stays then and Van Dyke leaves, who's going to be the guy next to him?
Do we know if Mark Gahey is going to Liverpool still as a
Yeah,
free
is that
agent?
yeah? What was the
Great question. Great question. I have no idea.
yeah? Because they made it seem like remember the rumors and everything was like done deal, signed and sealed. It's happening
Yeah.
tomorrow, and then it's like the deadline came and they're like, oh yeah, we didn't get it over the line. He's not leaving. So I was
Yeah.
confused. What the heck was going on with that? Were they going to push it to the winner or like was it a
I
clause?
think it was something where like Glasner felt that they couldn't get adequate replacements in time.
Hmm.
And so he felt like there were obviously rumors that he like made a big stink about it, but he didn't. He basically just said, I don't think we can get adequate replacements and I wouldn't feel right about him leaving. And Gay's a constant professional, and honestly, if I'm them, I think let's try and win the first European trophy. Let's win the Conference League. Let's take advantage of, a bad situation and being demoted to that. And, if Gay leaves is I think he's captain, right?
He's captain. He's their captain.
Who won them both the FA Cup and the Conference League. And then he goes on, he's 26, 27 years old, he goes somewhere, but like
Mhm.
gonna be different competition now. That contract is worthless, right? Because if I'm signing a contract knowing that the team's also spending 35 million pounds on me, that's one thing. They're spending nothing. That's a whole different ball game. It's
Yeah.
the Mbappe thing, where
Oh,
it's like, oh yeah, no, yeah, smartest thing ever, no transfer. He goes 100 million euro signing bonus, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
he gets
Yeah.
a signing bonus, and I think he got he did what only I think it's only him and Cristiano. You know how because you know how
oh, they
Madrid
got the image rights thing.
The
image
rights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got his image rights. It's only been him and Ronaldo to get there who's gotten their image rights because I think Madrid owns the
yeah,
majority.
that's how they made all their money, and that's
Yeah.
by the way the reason that they're probably looking for ownership out like external
Oh,
ownership,
yeah. I
right?
saw that.
Because if they can't hold on to image rights of their players, then there's really like they lose a lot of the value of that, right? That's the
Yeah.
point of the Galacticos is like they're not only great on the pitch, but they're great for the media. Um,
Yeah. I saw a statement the other day of Florentino being like, with this day and age, like he doesn't think that they're able to still compete with like PSG or a City on transfers, and so we're looking to get some sort of external ownership, like kind of divert away from the total social model. And it can either be kind of like a half and half kind of vibe where like they have half of it is sold to old model and half of it is sold to a PE company. Um, I think they're gonna vote for that within the next couple of years. So that could be a big change also for Real Madrid
he's not
when
going
the
to be
PE,
president for
PE money
that
comes
though.
in.
No, I don't think so either. Because also he's already what? He's already like
He's like
70,
78. He's like
close
78.
to 80 now. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm like the thing with the socios model is like it works, but then it really like it really like dampens your ability to make kind of big moves like that unless you're at the top of the table. Because even in like in the Bundesliga they have the same thing 50 plus 1.
Yeah.
And like the reason why Bayern was just so far ahead of everyone is because they just had all this money socked away from winning the league like 1,000 times in a row.
Mhm.
And it makes it hard. It makes it easier for the top teams to move to push forward. But then if you're at the bottom, it makes it just so much harder for you to compete. And like
Right.
just like with this with like it's actually one thing that's actually really crazy. Just like kind of fun fact that I read. Like how like for like in Spain like you have to I think for like since it's also 50 plus 1 or something like that or like it's owned by the people in the city but like you have to like put up a certain amount of like have to be able to like cover a certain amount of the revenue like you
Oh
need to
yeah.
show the finances
It's
that's
yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah because like Florentino Perez, like he's already like a really wealthy dude in his own right. I think what is he media? Oh no, construction.
Yeah, construction. Apparently, so
Yeah,
they have to show. So at least for Madrid, he has to be able to. The president when he's running has to be able to present like a personal guarantee equal to 20% of the club's annual budget, which I think came out last year to like over 100 million euros. And also you have to be like a socio for at least 20 years and a bunch of stuff. So there's like not. I think like the reason why he's been able to be president for so long is because no one can really like has those requirements. Like no one has
yeah.
that much money. So but apparently also they might also kind of have two structures where they have like the business side where that they'll sell off to a P company
Like the
and
merchandising and everything and all that
exactly
stuff.
and then keep the footy side for the fans and the socios and they'll be able to decide on players and managers and whatnot.
I think that would be like I think that would be if that were to happen, I think that would be the best outcome. Because we've seen like what happens when when football clubs are run like businesses.
Hmm.
Financially, great, but it can create a lot of problems, i.e. Manchester United. But like having that like perfect marriage, like it really can change things and make and like having that perfect marriage, like what we've seen with like Real Madrid, Barca, they like tried to do it. Obviously, they have a lot of other financial had a whole ton of other financial problems, which really kind of put those in the kind of like put that in the dirt. But like
Right.
we've seen what happens when you have that perfect marriage of like of business and sport, and it's honestly like it's beautiful because you can create like a machine.
Yeah, well, I just saw that speaking of this topic that Apollo just like
Oh, I saw
bought
that.
a majority stake in Atletico.
I saw
Yeah,
that. I
yeah,
saw that.
yeah,
Wow.
That's gonna be so interesting.
yeah.
I know I like how like with the Apollos and stuff, they're a different level from a lot of these
Hmm.
from all these other private equity funds. I wonder like they're gonna how they're gonna treat this. Like, are they gonna think of it from a pure? Because the thing is like they haven't dealt with anything like this before. This
Hmm.
isn't like you're gonna have actual people be pissed off at you.
Yeah, yeah, it's different.
Pull into your office type
So,
of thing.
so they're not spreadsheets and Excel. This is like real people they're dealing with,
Yeah,
real
it's
fan
real
bases.
people,
Yeah.
real fan bases, real reactions. I wonder how they're gonna treat this because like from like a private equity standpoint, they're gonna be thinking, okay, we got to slash costs and then like increase revenue so that we can maximize and then flip it in a few years. But like they gotta understand. I think they have to understand is like in this game, you gotta put money up. You have to invest in the squad, invest in the youth, invest in the stadium, invest in every single section of the business for then you see those gains. And like I
Mhm.
just I wonder if they're gonna have what mindset they're gonna come into this with. But I'm hoping that they kind of just kind of be the sugar daddy a little bit. Like let the football people do the football stuff. Y'all focus on the finances and everything else. And then when we want to before your earnings call and stuff, then we can have a conversation. Like that's what I'm hoping it is because I'd hate to see them do some LBOs type
Yeah,
stuff
look, it's a
within their
it's a
financial structure.
storied club, but like even like PE shops have 10, 15 year plans and some like long-term investments. Like there's no way that they're thinking in 5 years they're going to double the value of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
football club. It's just not a feasible thing to do. So, and they're not and to get, yes. So I think that they're probably cooking in like a 10, 15 year plan that involves things like La Liga's a new TV deal or model. Like there's plenty of things
Mhm.
that are coming into play with that decision. Um, and look, they are getting money into that section of Europe is good, to be honest. Like if all the billionaires buy up all the Prem teams, it's just gonna get worse. So, let's take it where it is. That's what I'd say. Um, Guys, should we wrap, you think?
Let's do it.
All right.
Wrap it
Well,
up.
thank you very much for watching, and we'll be back soon with another episode of Three of the Best. Bye.
Thank you. Peace.
Nice.